Hello friends and students, welcome to TP Chennai. Happy morning ma. Today's vocabulary. First one, qualmish, unwell, a sudden disturbing feeling, a sudden feeling of sickness, faintness, nausea. So this is what we call it as qualmish. So synonyms: uneasy, sickly, anxious, restless, squeamish, uncomfortable, nauseated. All these words can be related to synonyms. So antonyms: content, healthy, happy, satisfied, comfortable. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: Arjun felt extremely dizzy and qualmish. Obdurate, stubborn. So stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or course of action. So that is what we call it as obdurate. So synonyms: adamant, dogged. So see that word, dogged. Callous, firm, fixed, hard. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: submissive, gentle, amenable, yielding, susceptible. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: I agreed this point with him, but he was obdurate. He was stubborn. Factious, causing conflicts, likely to argue or disagree. So factious means divided, alienated, split, contending, dissent, warring, divisive. Antonyms: agreeing, congruent, united, peaceful. See that example: the factious boss turned employees against one another, causing conflicts. So example: the factious boss turned employees against one another. Foray, attack. Many meanings can be related to this one. A short visit, especially with a known purpose, that is also we call it as a foray. So foray, attack, assault, pursuit, raid, invasion, inroad, depredation, descent. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: regroup, retreat, idleness, laziness, abstention. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: the troops made a surprise foray and broke the backbone of the enemy. First one, upkeep, maintenance, aftercare, preservation. The process of keeping something in a good condition, the state of being maintained, is what we call it as upkeep. So synonyms: aftercare, preservation, repair, custody, outlay, conservation, sustenance, care and feeding. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: distraction, neglect, ruin. Even we can say negligence, demolition, damage, disregard, hurt, injury. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: who is responsible for upkeep of these missions? Next one, simpleton, fool, a person lacking in common sense. A person lacking in common sense. Buffoon, jerk, idiot, a foolish or gullible person, a person without the usual ability to use reason and understanding. Even some more synonyms: clown, imbecile, moron, lunkhead, dunderhead, stupid, bird brain, dullard, dimwit, nitwit, blockhead, bonehead. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: brain, genius, sage, thinker. All these words can be related to antonyms. Examples: Surya's silly antics at office parties have earned him a reputation as a simpleton. Onus, responsibility, something that is one's duty or responsibility, or we can use it in other sense also. Mark of guilt or disgrace for wrongdoing or failure, what we call it as onus. Responsibility, burden, liability, blame, spot, stain, stigma, blot, brand, slur, blame, fault, guilt, duty, encumbrance, smudge, smirch. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: irresponsibility, blamelessness, credit, uprightness, honesty, innocence, faultlessness, good, right, integrity, award. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example, now the owners and the employers to provide pension scheme. Waylay, ambush. Synonyms: ambuscade, accost, attack. That is to wait for and then stop someone, especially either to attack or talk to that person or trouble them. So that is what we call it as waylay. So synonyms: ambuscade, accost, attack, assail, lurk, jump, hold up, prowl, surprise, pounce on, catch. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: allow, forward, tolerate, agree, allot, admit, permit, accede, accept, acknowledge. All these words can be related to antonyms. The police officer waylaid the terrorists and killed them all. A man on his way to bank to deposit 1 lakh was waylaid by 2 men and snatched his bag. That is also can be given as one more example. Mark clear? First one: usher, announce, herald, signal, guide, an assistant, a person who shows people in their seats, especially in a cinema theater or wedding reception, to point out the way for. Are you getting? So herald, signal, guide, pilot, precursor, lead, attendant, conductor, doorkeeper, escort, marshal. All these words can be related to synonyms. Example: she ushered us into her office and offered us coffee. Next one: fitful, spasmodic, intermittent, fluctuating, often stopping and starting and not happening in a continuous way. That is what we call it as fitful. Spasmodic, intermittent, fluctuating, broken, disturbed, not regular or not steady, episodic, occasional, erratic, bits and pieces, haphazard, irregular. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: continuous, perpetual, constant, habitual, undisturbed, regular, steady, even. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: as long as his breathing is fitful, he will continue with oxygen machine. Erstwhile means old, former, past, previous. It's very clear, I think, so no doubt at all. We can see even some other synonyms: out of date, sometime, extinct, vanished, expired, oblivion, olden, belated, old fashioned, ancient, once, bygone, late, preceding, quantum. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: new, present, contemporary, current, extant, unborn, coming, future, ongoing, prospective. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: the erstwhile president of the company was a good man. Mr. Tom and erstwhile chum. What is the chum? CHUM. Friend. A close friend is called chum. CHUM. So the erstwhile president of the company was a good man. Mr. Tom and his erstwhile chum are not speaking to each other nowadays. One more example also given, and one more word: chum, CHUM, a close friend. Remember: fervent, enthusiastic, zealous, ardent. Already we discussed this word previously, you can recollect, and it is entirely different from jealous, JEALOUS. That means envy. So that is different word. This is zealous, ZEALOUS. Ardent, having of displaying a passionate intensity, used to describe beliefs that are strongly and sincerely felt. People who have strong, sincere beliefs, so those we call it as fervent. So synonyms: zealous, ardent, devout, earnest, passionate. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: apathetic, dull, frigid, calm, cool, indifferent, insincere, dispirited, unconcerned. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: Tilak is a fervent child, a fervent supporter of the Communist Party, a fervent supporter of the revolution. All these sentences can be given as examples. Are you clear? That's the end of today's session. Thank you very much for joining. We will meet tomorrow. Have a great day.